California secessionists. You ready for this? California
Wait, can we
wants to.
sing about this? Can we be like California?
We shall overcome. No, there's no song for us wanting to secede, or I don't want to secede from the United States, but there's somebody who's introduced a bill. And guess what? It has passed the threshold to be voted on. Isn't that exciting? Well, I should say it has passed the threshold. Scratch that. Correction. It has passed the threshold to collect signatures. It has not
Yeah,
gotten on the ballot yet. We have a
right.
long way to go before California secedes from the union.
Okay,
And I want it.
so let's say we get the signatures
Right.
and we get it on the ballot.
Hmm.
There's no like constitutional right necessarily.
Right.
It's not written in the Constitution that we can do this. However, the Constitution also can't like force if California decides that we're doing this, like the Constitution also gives free will. They can't like we're not bound to it. But then to change the Constitution, isn't there like additional steps here? Like California can vote to do this. We can collect the signatures, we can get it on the ballot, we can vote yes, we can, but then when
Hmm.
it comes down to it, isn't there something that then Congress has to step in and do? Or were you going to get to all that and I'm jumping ahead?
No, I was going to get that. So thank you for laying out those questions. Yeah, it's not going to be as simple as we put it on the ballot as a proposition, people vote for it, and then all of a sudden next day it's like Brexit, like we're out and we're done, and it's going to be CalExit and we're our own country. What happens is, and this is according to an article firstpost.com, which I thought they did a good job of laying this out, that basically they have to set up a commission which would then study whether it's viable or not for us to be an independent country. So basically, it's a vote of no confidence in the United States, saying, like, we have no confidence in being part of the United States, and therefore it's our will to be an independent country. Then there's going to be a commission, which will have to look at whether we can be our own country for a couple years. Analysts estimate that the bid would cost California $10 million in terms of election expenditures and the formation of a commission. It would take $2 million annually to run the commission. Okay. So that's going to cost a lot of money. And this is for the people who say,
we're
like,
gonna ask. We're gonna ask like for federal aid for it because we don't have
yeah,
it.
can we get federal aid to
Hey,
study
we're
whether
trying
we
to
should?
leave you, but can you float us some money before we do?
Yeah, can we borrow a couple $1 million? Like, we're trying to study whether we should like secede. Can you borrow, like, lend us? This is the same people who said that doing recalls are a waste of money, but this is fine because legally, to answer your question, there is no way for California to secede from the U.S. Um, Basically, and not only the U.S. Constitution, the California state constitution says that it is an inseparable part of the United States of America. And the U.S. Constitution is supreme law of the land, which means the state cannot supersede it. And this is from a constitutional expert, David Carrillo, director of the California Constitution Center at UC Berkeley Law School. He said, even if this ballot measure passes, there's virtually no way it can result in California leaving the union. So, to answer your question, you want to talk about a ton of wasted money on a ballot measure that will go inevitably nowhere and not do
Right.
anything. And basically, this is all prompted because they hate Donald Trump and people are mad at Donald Trump being president.
Correct.
So if this does get to the point where they actually get this on the ballot and they waste all this money putting it on the ballot, and then it actually gets through and then we have to spend all this money, I don't ever want to hear people complain about recalls ever again, because
Right.
this is a colossal waste of money that was never going to result in anything they wanted. So people should just know
Absolutely.
this can't happen. It won't legally happen. It's a waste of money, and it shouldn't happen. So it's just a temper tantrum, but from those who hate Donald Trump. What are your thoughts?
Maybe if they have a temper tantrum for 100 years, they'll get like some little like America will give California Bakersfield to be like, you can all go live in Bakersfield. It's like like how they did with Israel. It was like you get
It
this
just
portion This is where I
Yeah,
just feel like it's like, okay, California, you go there, you figure it out, but the rest is California, part of the United States.
right. The rest of you who are going to whine about Donald Trump, here's an area where you can go be your own quote unquote independent
But
country.
don't ask us for help. We're not defending you. We're not like you got
Nope.
to figure
You
this
have to
all
do.
out.
You have to enter treaties. You have to trade with us. You have to deal with tariffs. You have to do all that stuff. Sorry. Um. So yeah.
And then you'll have to pay because they'll be like inland. You'll have to pay to go to the ports. There'll be like a special
It'll be
taxes on you to
yeah. They'll be like, I don't like these taxes and regulations. This is too much. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You bring that up. Oh, okay. So yeah, moral of the story for California to secede, not going to happen. There's no legal way to do it. It's going to be a colossal waste of money. So let's try and put a pin in that already before it gets too